Napapakinig ako, Ashley. Napapakinig ako? Hindi.
Yes po, sir.
Oh, walang nakakapakinig, walang naimik. Oh, napapakinig ako.
Yes po, sir.
Opo.
Yes po, sir.
Opo, sir.
Oh, bakit ka kayo ayaw umimik? Sandaang tanong pa bago makasagot. Oh, kung napapakinig baga, ay di kayo dapat yes po o mag-thumbs up baga o ano. Ngumibit ng kaunti dyan para nalaman kung nag-react kayo. Kasi mamaya, hindi na naman ninyo ako napapakinig. Sasabihin ninyo, sir, hindi po napapakinig. Kayo po yung nagsasalita, hindi po napapakinig. Eh di ako ititigil muna ng pagsasalita at aalamin ko bakit hindi ako mapakinig. Baka may problema ang aking internet. Kumbaga. Ang tanong ko ulitin ko, napapakinig baga ako ng ayos?
Yes po, sir.
Yes
Yes
po,
po.
sir.
Very good. No, kasi pagdating sa oral defense ninyo, tatanungin kayo ng panel, ay hindi pwedeng hindi kayo iimik. No, kasi doon kayo mamarkahan. Pagdating sa proposal defense, you have to speak. No, and there will be question and answer after your presentation. Hindi pwedeng hindi rin kayo iimik. Kasi wala kayong grade, madi-disapprove ang inyong proposal. Okay. So ngayon, tayo ay dadako na sa ating chapter 3. Okay, so we have our chapter 3. Have you seen yung conceptual framework that I uploaded in your classwork?
Yes,
Yes
po.
po.
Okay. So tingnan natin yung ating i-share ko yung screen para makita natin kung ano ang laman ng conceptual framework. Okay. So yung conceptual framework po natin is part of chapter 3. No? So this is an example of a research paradigm wherein you are going to consider an engineering design process. Uulitin ko, engineering design process siya. Okay, so ilalagay ko dito sa ating chat box, no, yung dinidiscuss ko para makita ninyo. You can copy this, you can screenshot this one, no. So yung conceptual framework, no. So we are now in chapter 3 kasi gagawa kayo later. At part ng chapter 3 yung conceptual framework. Ito yung kauna-unahang component ng ating chapter 3, conceptual framework. Okay. So in discussing your conceptual framework, no, you will use present tense. Alam ka ninyo yung present tense? Ha?
Yes po.
Present tense. No, walang maglalagay ng future tense, wala ding maglalagay ng past tense. So you are describing the framework. So meaning when you describe the framework, dapat ay naka-present tense. And instead of having CDIO model, kung makikita ninyo yung mga past thesis natin in the library, okay, they used the CDIO model, yung conceive, design, no, implement, operate model. In our case, we will be using an engineering design process. So ito yung gagamitin natin. What has been presented in the screen is an example of engineering design process model, no? This is a research model, is a research paradigm model incorporating sustainability approaches, no? Or sustainability initiative. Okay. Incorporating sustainability approaches. Ayan. Sustainability. Makikita ninyo, in 4 aspects, sustainability. Okay. Ayan. Nakikita ba itong isinusulat ko sa chat box?
Yes po.
Yan. So, kita ninyo dito, you have your technical sustainability. Last time, umattend kayo ng World Engineering Day natin, celebration. At nakita natin kung ano yung mga concepts of sustainability. na dapat i-incorporate natin in our capstone design project. Okay. So you will not just be focusing on technical sustainability. Then of course you have to consider environmental, social, and economic sustainability. So dapat dun sa inyong design, development, and processes, dapat ay ma-incorporate ninyo ang sustainability. Okay. So this is just an example. Maaring hindi ito applicable sa inyong research. Maaring may research na ito ay pwedeng gamitin, pero sa inyong case, hindi lahat ito pwede. But of course, you have to consider yung engineering design process. Okay? So marami kayong pwedeng i-download na model about engineering design process. Okay? Pwede ninyong gamitin yun. Incorporate ninyo yung sustainability. Okay? Now, so yung first component ng chapter 3 is focused on conceptual framework. Sabi ko nga, as I have said, you are going to discuss the framework, no, using present tense. So, the conceptual framework shall focus on the discussion of the engineering design process model, which will incorporate sustainability. Okay, so that is the first component. The second component of your chapter 3 is research design. No? So, ang gagamitin din ninyo dito ay engineering design process. Okay? The study will employ engineering design process to attain the objectives of the study. So, pwedeng ganun ang inyong statement. You will use future tense. No? Future tense naman siya kasi gagawin pa. No? Pag pumunta ka sa library at nangopya ka doon ng research design, ang nakalagay na doon ay past tense. Kaya pag nag-submit kayo sa akin at yan ay naka-past tense, inuulit ko. Pag nakasubmit kayo at nag-submit kayo at ang inyong chapter 3 ay naka-past tense na lahat, yan ay kinopya ninyo. Hindi ko yan tatanggapin. No? Hindi ko yan tatanggapin. I repeat, you have to consider these tenses involved. Okay. Oh, research design. So, this study, makikita ninyo, mababasa ninyo, this study will employ engineering design process to attain the objectives of the study. This will involve, blah, blah, blah. This will consider, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, lahat yan ay naka-will, naka-future tense. Okay. Next ay meron kang development stages. Kung titingnan mo yung suggested contents diyan sa inyong manual. Hawak ba ganinyo inyong mga manual dyan? Hawak?
Yes po.
Oh. Hoson, tingnan mo nga kung ano ang under ng development stages. Idikta mo nga sa akin yung 4 subtopics under development stages. I-dictate
Ano
mo
po?
ka sa akin kung naihawak mo dyan.
Under po ng development stages po, ay una po ay design stage.
Yes.
Then pangalawa po yung fabrication stage.
Yes.
Ang next naman po yung preliminary testing stage.
Yes.
At saka po yung last po yung final performance testing po.
Yan. So, pag diniscuss mo yan lahat ng components na yan or all stages, you are going to use future tense again. No? Pag nangopya ka sa library, naka-past tense yan. Pag isinabmit mo sa akin ang naka-past tense, ibabalik ko sa iyo. O dadalhin ko sa library. Doon sa librarian ko isasubmit. No, o ito ho ang isinabmit ng aking estudyanteng chapter 3. Kinopya ho dyan sa library, mali ho. Ibabalik ko sa inyo, kayo ang magmarka. Sa librarian ninyo isubmit. No, kasi mangopya-kopya kayo or hahanap kayo ng master, nahihiram kayo ng template, kukopyahin ninyo yung kanila, yun ay tapos na, nakagraduate na, naging engineer na, kaya yun lahat ay naging past tense na. Kayo, hindi pa kayo engineer, hindi pa kayo nakakagraduate, hindi pa kayo nakakagawa ng thesis, magpo-propose pa lang, kaya dapat naka-future tense. Gets? Gets baga?
Po.
Yan.
Opo.
Magaling yung nagkakaintindihan tayo ha. Pag may nag-submit na naman sa akin na kung ano-ano nakalagay, ibalik ko sa inyo. O, sasabihin ko, sundon mo sa librarian i-submit. No? So, 4 yung subtopics under development stages. O, anong sunod na makikita mo dyan? O, Hoson.
Yung ano po, experimental testing po.
Yan, experimental testing stage. So, ano yung iyong itetest dyan experimentally? Siyempre, may product output ka. So, ipalalab test mo yan. No? So, you're going to conduct lab testing, laboratory testing, no? Nung iyong product output, usually to determine yung iyong properties ng iyong product output. So, ngayon, i-identify mo doon ano yung mga properties na yon at gagamitin mo sa discussion, again, future tense. Future tense. O yan, nakalagay na dyan ha. O, doon sa laboratory testing, ano pa ba ang itetest ko? Halimbawa, your prototype will produce syngas, yun ang product output mo. So you're going to test the properties experimentally. Okay? Ano ba yung mga properties na yun? So nakalagay yan sa objective. So dapat yun ang iyong i-discuss doon kung paano itetest. At ang mode of discussion it should be in the future tense. O, anong sunod? Anong sunod na component? Experimental testing stage, anong sunod? Anong
Preparation
sunod?
of raw materials po.
Preparation of raw materials. Okay. So, pag diniscuss mo dito, you are going to use again future tense. Pag kinopya mo yan doon sa mga past thesis, naka-past tense na yan. Naluto na, nagayat na, no, nailaga na, no, na-shred na, kasi tapos na. Oh, pagka kayo gumawa ng dito sa discussion ng raw material, gagawin pa. Kaya naka-future tense. No? Babasahin ninyo ng maayos sa. Baka mamaya ang nakalagay diyan puro past tense. Okay? So sa preparation ng materials, ano ba yung mga kailangan mong gawin bago mo gamitin yung raw materials mo sa iyong prototype performance testing? Let's say, for example, your raw materials to be used for gasification process, let's say, coconut husk. What are you going to do sa coconut husk before feeding to your machine? Yung ba'y kailangan mong i-shred, kailangan mong i-cut, kailangan mong dasalan, kumbaga, o anong gagawin? Lulutuin baga ang coconut husk? O ano, ikaw istorya mo. So, tell your story. No? O baka mamaya naman, pati pagbili ng coconut ha, paglalagay sa sako, no? Pagsasakay sa tricycle, ilalagay doon sa preparation. Hindi nakasali yon. No, baka mamaya may mga pagsakay sa jeep, kasakasali pa. No, bumili sa palumang palengke, isinakay sa tricycle, no? Ginayat. Yan ang mga estudyanteng basta na makagawa. May mga ganyan talaga. Sasabihin ay the coconut husk, no? Ayan ay kinopya pa ha, kinopya pa. Mga example ng mga kinopya, makikita mo sa mga proposal. The coconut husk was dried under the sun. Once, kumbaga, bago sasabihin ay ginrind ang iyong coconut husk. So, wag mong gayahin yung mga ganon. Okay, halimbawa, coconut husk will be dried for 4 days to establish the moisture content level of. Yan, istorya mo. Pinatuyo baga, kinat baga sa ganitong sizes, no? Sinred baga sa ganitong sizes, etc. I-describe mo, no? So, wag mong ilagay yung mga hindi importanteng statement. No, kasi lalabas katawa-tawa ang iyong proposal, no? The raw materials was sun-dried under the sun. Yan. Kailangan namang under the moon. No. Yan ang mga English baga. No. The raw materials were sun-dried under the sun. Yan ang mga nakakatuwang English. Okay, refrain from copying those idiot statements. No, meron kasi mga naglalagay ng ganun. Kinokopya naman ng estudyante kasi hindi naiintindihan ang ginagawa. No, akala tama-tama yung nakopyahan. Akala tama-tama yung nahiram na template. No? So, refrain from borrowing. Okay. Next. Anong sunod sa preparation ng raw materials? Anong sunod?
Testing po.
Ano?
Method.
Methods of testing. Yan. So, yung mga methods of testing focuses on the parameters or variables. No, ito yung mga parameters, operating conditions, no? Variables, okay, na dapat mong itest to be tested, no? So, based on the objectives of the study. Okay? So, titingnan mo ano ba yung mga variables mo. Let's say, for example, sa preliminary testing, ano yung mga variables mo doon, ano yung mga itetest mo, operating time, operating temperature, operating pressure, etc. So, yan yung method. Method of determining operating temperature. Method of determining operating pressure. So, things like that. So, ito ay naka future tense pa rin. No, operating conditions or parameters. Yan. Sa final testing naman, final performance testing, no, meron ka pa rin nakalagay dyan sa objectives mo. So, ito na yung magiging, let's say, example dito ay machine efficiency, no, percent yield, production rate, no. So, marami kang mga ilalagay dyan. Depende sa process mo. Kung meron kang 5 process, no, sa iyong preliminary testing, dapat ay meron ka ring separate na operating conditions for each process. Halimbawa, sa isang process ay drying. So, ano ang kailangan mong operating condition doon? Siyempre, operating temperature. Drying temperature. Pwede rin ang drying time, gaano katagal. So, yun yung operating condition mo. Halimbawa, ay grinding ang process. Grinding time. Yun ang iyong titingnan. Grinding speed. So, yan yung mga pwede mong parameters. Bago pagdating sa performance testing, ay di syempre, i-evaluate mo na yung magiging actual performance ng iyong machine. Mahanap mo na dyan yung production rate, machine efficiency, percent yield. No? Huwag mong pagsamahin ang preliminary testing at final performance testing parameters. Mauna ka lagi sa preliminary. And then, final testing, final performance testing. So, you establish or discuss all the methods of testing to be used. Okay? So, you are going to use again future tense. No? Ayaw ko rin ng past tense dito. Kukopyahin, naka-past tense. No? Pagka ikaw ay nangopya at nag-submit ka ng naka-past tense ka, ikaw ay letter T. Letter T ka, ang tawag ko. No? Ano po, sir, yung letter T? Ano yung letter T? Tarantado. No, tarantado. No, hindi marunong sumunod. No, letter T ka. Pag nakakita ka ng aking comment sa iyong papel, letter T, ikaw ay tarantado. No, hindi ka marunong sumunod sa instruction o hindi ka nakinig sa discussion. Inuulit ko, tarantado. Yan, magaling yung magandang usapan natin. Next, anong sunod sa methods of testing? Ozone.
Statistical treatment
Yan.
is applicable po.
Kung may statistical treatment ka, ilalagay mo doon kung ano ang iyong mga statistical methods na gagamitin. Halimbawa, magtititest ka ba, mag-aano ba ka ba, magre-regression analysis ka ba, magka-correlation analysis ka ba, etc. So, ilalagay mo doon. Ngayon, kung wala ka namang null hypothesis, wala ka ng statistical treatment. Gets? No null hypothesis, no statistical treatment to be considered. Kung ako sa inyo, kung hindi rin lang naman ako mag-e-experiment ng ang study, hindi na ako maglagay dyan sa design and development ng null hypothesis. No? O, anong sunod?
Data collection and treatment po.
Yan. Data collection and treatment. So, i-discuss mo ano ba yung mga i-collect mong data at paano ang treatment doon. Okay? Paano ang gagawin mong treatment? Okay? So, you use future tense again. Okay? Yan. Anong sunod?
Hardware and software requirements.
Yan. Hardware and software requirements. Okay? So, i-separate natin yung discussion nito. Okay? So, pag nag-discuss ka ng hardware, alin ba yung tinatawag nating hardware requirements? No? When we speak of hardware requirements, no, these are the equipment, no, apparatus, okay? Apparatus, devices, okay? Devices that will be used in the performance testing of your prototype. Okay? Okay, naintindihan. So, hindi ito nagre-refer doon sa ating prototype itself. That is not our hardware requirement. Yung prototype, yun ang itetest mo. So, you will be needing additional equipment or other devices that will be used in the conduct of performance testing. Example, halimbawa, kailangan mong mag-connect sa air compressor. Ang air compressor ay hindi part ng iyong machine. You will be needing compressed air. So, isa yun sa hardware requirement. Let's say you will be needing weighing scale kasi iyong titimbangin yung product output mo. So, kailangan mo yun. Yun ay apparatus. Kailangan mo halimbawa ng tachometer to measure the speed. Let's say you will be needing moisture meter, moisture analyzer to determine the moisture level. Let's say you will be needing thermometer. You wanted to know the temperature of your material. So, nakalagay yun doon. So, those are hardware requirements. Halimbawa, sa experimental testing, gagamit ka halimbawa para matest mo yung product output, the properties of your product output, what laboratory equipment will be needed. So, titingnan mo doon, ano bang kailangan? May dryer ka ba doon? Portable dryer? Meron ka ba doon kailangang other chemical and mechanical apparatus that will be used? So, you include that in the hardware requirements. And in discussing this portion, still you will be using future tense. No? The following equipment will be used. No? Pag kinopya mo yan sa mga thesis, sa library, the following equipment were used. No? Tapos na. So, hindi siya naka-future tense, past tense na. How about the software? Ano naman yung mga software na kailangan natin? Okay? So, there are software that you will be needing in your project. Halimbawa, to prepare your 3D model, you will be using, say, SolidWorks. Halimbawa, SolidWorks ang gagamitin mo. Okay, so i-discuss mo yung SolidWorks. Anong version, no? Ano ang kailangan mo doon? Let's say AutoCAD. No? Huwag nang pipicturan yung mga logo ng SolidWorks at AutoCAD. Yung mga ganyang nagsasubmit. No? Halimbawa, doon sa hardware requirements, kailangan ay weighing scale. Huwag lang picturean yung weighing scale. Huwag na maglagay ng picture ng weighing scale. Alam mo naman. Ay, ang timbangan pang ginamit doon, nakapicture pa yung timbangan ng baboy. No. Diyos ko, ay ang liit lang. Grams lang ang i-measure, pero ang nakapicture na timbangan, yung timbangan ng baboy. No. Katawa-tawa. No. Oh, minsan nakita gagamit lang ng kutsara. Nakapicture pa si kutsara. No, may kukutsarahin lamang ng material. No, nakapicture. Nagamit lang ng timba, nakapicture pa ang timba. No, wag nang ilagay yung mga ganun. No, yung mga bagay na common knowledge na alam na ng lahat, hindi na kailangan lagyan ng picture. No, naiintindihan baga?
Yes po.
Naiintindihan. Kasi may mga estudyante na basta na makapaglagay. No. So, wag nang ilagay yung mga common. Okay? Yun lang mga special equipment na hindi masyadong familiar ang mga reader, yun ilagay ninyo. Pero yung timbangan, no, weighing scale, timbangan ng baboy ang nakalagay. No, may picture pa ng baboy. No, Diyos ko, nakasabit. Sari-sari. No. Then, anong sunod? Sa software, hardware, requirements.
Budget requirements po.
Yan, budget requirements. Napakahalaga nito. No? Pagka kayo nag-submit ng proposal niyo, may budget requirements. Although ito ay nakalagay na doon sa inyong topic proposal form na pinapirmahan, you are going to prepare an itemized project cost. No? Yan. Ano ba yung mga cost na dapat? Material cost, no? Yan. Halimbawa, magkano? Labor cost, no? Nalagay mo dyan. O, halimbawa, transportation cost. Ilalagay mo. O, let's say, lab test or laboratory testing cost. Yan, ilalagay mo dito. Contingency. Yan. And then yung total cost ng project. Huwag nang ilalagay din yung cost ng ibibiling pamerienda para sa panel. May nakalagay. Apat na single piece chicken with spaghetti and french fries, no, 250 each. 250 times 4. Huwag nang ilalagay yung mga token. Kung magpapatoken, huwag nang maglagay. Baka mamaya, bougainvillea plant, small pot with flower, 150. Huwag nang ilalagay. Huwag nang ilalagay. Yun lang importante. No, mamaya, ilalagay din 4 reams of short bond paper. 800. Wag na ilagay yung printing cost. Wag nang ilagay. No, kasama na yung sa contingency ninyo. No, wag na yung masyadong i-highlight. No, ang i-highlight lang ninyo, itong mga importante ito yung mga major cost ng project niyo, materials cost, labor, transportation, laboratory, yan. So yan ang kailangan sa budget requirements. Last, ano pang kailangan? Anong sunod?
Output po.
Yan, expected output. Ano yung mga ine-expect na output ninyo sa inyong research? Expected output. Unang output ay dapat ay yung prototype ninyo. So yung 3D model dapat makikita. The 3D and 2D model. So 2D model nung inyong prototype. Dapat may dimension with dimensions, no? With dimensions, no? Pag naglagay ng dimensions, dapat ay may units, no? May units dapat. Hindi yung ilalagay lang 100. 100 ano gayon? Meters, 100 mm, 100 cm, no? So dapat ay naka-specify kung ano yung unit. Use SI units. Ayaw ko na ng mga inches at mga feet. Ano? Ayaw kong English units. And then dapat may label yung parts ng iyong machine, yung sa 3D, no? Label the components, no? Para maliwanag ano bagay yung mga components ng iyong machine. So yan. So yan yung titingnan. Then ano ba ang expected output? Siyempre yung product ninyo. Ano ba yung mapuproduce ninyong product? So i-describe ninyo, no? I-describe ninyo kung ano yung product output. Okay? So siyempre ano yung ine-expect ninyo? Halimbawa, you will be producing syngas. Ano ba yung expected properties niya based on standard? Okay? At saan yung target application niya? Saan ba gagamitin yun? So yun ang mga discussion. So you describe, no? You describe the properties para clear sa panel ano baga ang paggagamitan nito, saan baga ito ilalagay, saan gagamitin. Halimbawa, ang iyong product output ay organic fertilizer. Saan baga pwede itong gamitin? Saan mo i-apply ito? Oh. Okay? Naintindihan? Then, secondary output mo, yung operation and maintenance manual. Gagawa ka ng maintenance manual kung yan ay part ng iyong objective. Or kung sinabi mo naman sa iyong objective na you are going to develop an experiment manual, then isa pa rin yun sa iyong magiging output. Okay? Maliwanag baga ito? Maliwanag ang expected output?
Yes
Oh,
po.
anong last na? Last na ay Gantt chart.
Chart po.
Gantt chart. So pag nagawa ka ng Gantt chart, you identify all major activities, okay, that you are going to do, no, during project study 1 and during project study 2. Okay, so it will cover the whole, no, the whole project until completion, no? Whole project until completion, no? Ano yung mga activities na yun? Hindi lang pang PS1 kundi pang PS2. Usually kapag sa PS2 na ang ginagawa na natin, tayo ay nagpapabricate, nagtetest hanggang final defense, hanggang dun sa manuscript na hardbound. Okay? So yan, hanggang dun sa iyong extension project pa, i-extend mo yung iyong project. So ang atin ditong duration usually ay 1 year. 1 year yung ating duration. No? So hindi 6 months kundi 1 year. So 12 months ang iyong magiging division dito para i-allot yung lahat ng activities. Naintindihan ba ito? Naintindihan ang chapter 3. O, kasi next week ay tayo ay midterm, week 9. Week 10 ulit tayo magkikita-kita na. Sa week 10, kailangan ma-submit na sa akin ang chapters 1 to 3. Dapat ay na-check na ng advisor. Bago kayo mag-submit sa advisor, make sure mag-submit muna kayo sa akin para makita ko kung ano ba ang pinaglalagay ninyo dyan. Mamaya kung anong nakalagay doon, inisip ng advisor na kayo hindi ko tinuro at hindi ko diniscuss ang inyong mga ilalagay diyan sa kada component. So, i-check ko muna. Pagka yan ay okay, bibigyan ko kayo ng na go signal to submit to your advisor. Pagka naman yan ay hindi okay at kung ano-ano mga inilagay diyang mga kinopia, sa library ko yan, ipasasubmit sa library yan. Ipareceive ninyo doon sa library natin. No? Mga nangungopia lang sa library. Yan. Magaling yung nagkaintindihan. Okay. So, sa week 10, I will discuss all the guidelines needed during oral defense. May ginawa na ako. Ano ang gagawin? Ano ang kailangang isubmit? Ano ang dadalhin? No? Ano ang gagawing PowerPoint, etc. I will discuss it during week 10 para fresh pa sa inyo. Pero sa week 10 din, during our meeting after the midterm exam, no, meron tayo na isasubmit na chapters 1 to 3 And then, i-check ko muna. And then, gagawa na tayo ng schedule. No? I-schedule na sa week 10. Then, the following week, week 11, shall start our oral presentation. Oral defense, proposal defense. We call it proposal defense. Okay? Yan. So, ano ang kailangan po, sir, during the proposal defense? Ano po ang kailangan? Ito yung kailangan sa proposal defense. Okay? Proposal defense requirements. Sa proposal defense, no? Pakikopya po nito. Una po, dapat yung inyong approved manuscript. No, ito po ay dapat napirmahan yung approval sheet ng inyong advisor. So I need 4 copies to be submitted. No, yan ay nasa guidelines. Number 2 naman, kailangan ko rin yung video. No, a 5-minute video pitch nung inyong project. Okay. So balikan po natin yung ano natin. No, makikita ninyo dito sa inyong Google Classroom, no, sa classwork natin. Ito nakalagay dito. Wait lang, napapakinig ninyo ako?
Yes po, sir.
Wait lang, naghahang. Yan, ito. Ito ang kailangan ninyong gawin. Capstone Design Project Terminal Requirement. Guidelines for Research Poster Presentation. Basahin mo nga ito. Nakikita mo ga ito? Nakikita ito, Ashley? Basahin mo nga, Ashley. Basa. Marunong ka gang bumasa. Basa. Hindi ko mapakinig. At gagaya ng iyong boses. Hindi ko napapakinig. Ang iyong binabasa. Hindi maliwanag. Edsel, ikaw ang magbasa.
Posters are widely used in the academic community, which summarize research information concisely and attractively to help publicize and generate discussion. The poster is usually a mixture of a brief text mixed with tables, graphs, pictures, and other presentation formats. The following should be observed in the research poster preparation.
Continue.
Each group of students shall prepare a research poster of their proposed project. The poster should be printed in a gloss paper with a size of 36 inch by 24 inch. The poster shall be laid out containing the following components of the proposed project. Title of the proposed project. Title must be short and draws interest. Include your names, name of advisor, and institutional affiliation. For project rationale and background, provide a brief rationale and background of the study. For the objectives of the study, specify the general and specific objectives of the study. Highlight the sustainability approaches that will be considered in the proposed project in the areas of design, development, and processes. For research methodology, describe briefly the research methods and procedures to be used in the study. Conceptual paradigm of the study. Propose 3D model of the project. Provide the 3D model of the proposed project specifying various system components. Next, all information should be readable. Text is clear and direct to the point. Use of bullets, numbering, and headlines make it easy to read. Effective use of graphics, colors, and fonts. word count of about 300 to 800 words, consistent and clean layout.
Yan. So gagawa ka nito. Kailan ka po gagawa nito? Ito ay gagawin mo after na ma-approve ang iyong proposal. So halimbawa sa oral defense at ikaw ay sinabi ng panel na okay, your topic is approved, gagawa ka nitong poster. No, so yan yung content ng poster. Bago i-print, kailangan muna ay maipakita sa akin yung layout at kung ano ang nakalagay. Baka kung ano-anong mga nakalagay sa poster. No, take note, this is a technical poster. Hindi ito mga advertisement na kailangan nakalagay ang inyong mga mukha doon. No, mamaya may mga background na mga bulaklak ang naka-background dyan. Ang background mo ay mga Hello Kitty. No, kailangan ay maging formal ito. No, checkin ko muna kung paano yung layout ninyo bago i-print. Okay, nakita ganinyo yung sa ating World Engineering Day celebration na may mga poster doong naka-display doon sa gymnasium. Nakita ninyo doon, kayo ay nag-ikot doon.
Yes po.
Ganun ang gagawin natin kasi at the end of the semester we will be doing Capstone Design Expo. No, so if ilalagay natin, exhibit natin doon yung ating output. Okay. Now, itong sunod nating gagawin aside from the poster, so ito hindi pa ito gagawin. Ito ay after pa ng approval. Okay? Kasi kung ma-disapprove ang topic mo, ay hindi mapapalagay yan sa poster ang iyong paper. No? Kailangan gumawa ka pa uli ng panibago. Okay. Ngayon, ito yung kailangan mong gawin bago ka mag oral defense or proposal defense. Basahin mo nga ito. Basahin mo nga Edsel uli. Basa.
Guidelines for video presentation. A 5-minute video pitch should be prepared, presenting and discussing the solution to an identified problem. A creative format is strongly recommended, articulating the concepts on how to address the gaps and how engineering design solution will be used. It must include the team composition, problem statement, objectives, audience, and alignment with the UN Sustainable Development Agenda. Third is explanation of the prototype, feasibility, sustainability, and creativity.
So may mga links dito sa baba na pwede ninyong tingnan, no? Para magamit na makapakita tayo ng mga sample. Sige, mag-play tayo ng isa. Okay? Yan. So makikita ninyo ito. Nakikita ninyo ito? Ha? Nakikita ninyo? Nakikita yung aking screen? Hindi.
Kikita po.
Yung naka-share screen po. Pero yung video wala pa.
Ito, example. Meron ditong taga BSU. Yan. Ganito yung gagawin ninyo. Napapakinig yung audio? Napapakinig?
Kikita yung video po.
Hindi pa, hindi nakikita. Okay, wait.
Present po yung G-Classroom po.
Yan.
Nakikita
na?
With only line,
Nakikita na?
first time being
Yes, po.
recycled.
Okay. Panoorin ninyo.
United
you
Nations
watch the
stated
video.
that 53.6 million tons of e-waste were generated worldwide in 2019. With this figure expected to rise significantly, industrial waste alone contributes over 2 billion tons per year globally, and according to the Food and Agricultural Organization, about 1.3 billion tons of food waste is generated annually.
Organic waste management faces several significant challenges that hinders its effectiveness and sustainability. One major issue is landfill overload. Organic waste constitute a substantial portion of municipal solid waste, and when it decomposes anaerobically in landfills, it produces methane, a greenhouse gas far more potent than carbon dioxide, contributing to climate change that addresses SDG 13 climate action.
There are also many communities that lack efficient systems for the separate collection of organic waste, leading to contamination and reduced processing efficiency that addresses SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities. Infrastructure limitation further worsen the problem, particularly in developing regions where the necessary facilities for collecting and processing organic waste are insufficient, which addresses to SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Traditional methods of waste management are not only inefficient but also detrimental to our environment. How might we help people in a better way to manage their waste? One that reduces landfill use and minimizes environmental impact.
Introducing the solar bin. It is a sustainable, organic, low-impact, automated recycling bin. The solar bin is designed to revolutionize waste management by accelerating the decomposition of organic waste. It utilizes a built-in heater powered by solar energy to create the ideal condition for composting, significantly reducing the time it takes for organic materials to break down. By harnessing the sun's energy, our system operates efficiently and cost-effectively, providing an eco-friendly alternative to traditional waste disposal methods.
Now, let's break down how it works. First is the waste collection. Users place their organic waste, such as food scrap and yard waste, into the chamber. Second is the heating mechanism. Once the waste is added, the solar panels automatically activate the heater. The temperature within the chamber rises to an optimal level to facilitate the decomposition process. Third is the decomposition process. Over a period of weeks, the elevated temperature and the controlled environment inside the chamber cause the waste to break down into nutrient-rich compost. This accelerated decomposition not only happen faster compared to traditional composting methods, but also help minimize odors and the presence of pests that are often associated with open-air composting. The key advantages of this decomposition process are that it is faster and more efficient than the traditional composting methods, while also reducing undesirable byproducts like odors and pests. The combination of the controlled heating and the breakdown of the organic matter result in a high-quality compost that can be used to enrich soil and support plant growth.
Solar bin reduces the volume of waste sent to landfills. This reduction means less methane is released into the atmosphere. By managing waste more effectively, we take an important step toward a healthier planet with future generations that contributes to SDG 13. This design prototypes runs on solar power. This choice is not only makes it independent of fossil fuels, but because of the fact that solar power is renewable and abundant, offering a sustainable energy source that aligns with our commitment to environmental responsibility that contributes to SDG 7. Beyond environmental impact, our system encourages communities to actively participate in managing their waste. By involving local residents and raising awareness, we promote a culture of responsibility in sustainable practices. This engagement promotes a sense of community ownership and commitment to a positive environmental change that contributes to SDG 11.
The solar bin represents a significant step towards a more sustainable future. By embracing innovative technologies and community involvement, we can tackle the waste crisis head-on. We invite you to join us in this initiative, support sustainable practices, and help create a cleaner, greener planet for future generations.
We are the Pathfinders, always striving to solve waste in different ways, turning challenges into opportunities for a better tomorrow.
Nobody touches the hat.
Okay? Nakita ninyo, na-appreciate ninyo yung video. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, before you're going to prepare your video, dapat meron kang documentary script. No? Ano ba yung script na iyong inanarrate doon? And then, yung lahat ng claims na sinasabi mo in your narration, dapat ay merong evidences. Nakita mo, may video, may nakikitang ganon, etc., etc. To highlight the problem. And yung second part, ipinakikita yung magiging solution doon sa problem. Nakita ba ninyo? Ano yung solution sa problem? Kung naintindihan ninyo yung video. Ano yung problem at ano yung solution? John Ray, kung naintindihan mo yung yung pinanood mo. John Ray. John Ray Paul. Ano ga? Naintindihan ba yung pinanood? Ikaw, Paul, Robert Paul, ayaw umimik niya si John Ray, huwag ka magpakita sa akin, ha? Robert Paul, anong naintindihan mo dun sa video?
Nabanggit po nila yung SDGs 14.
Anong problem? Ay muna, tinatanong ko, ano yung problem na gustong isolve? Problem saan?
Basura po.
Yan, basura. Nakita mo dun yung mga basura, no? O ano ang solusyon?
Yung mga food waste po.
Ano yung solusyon doon sa problem? Ano yung gagawin nila?
Yung ginawa po nilang machine.
O anong machine?
Metal is harder than flesh.
Ano yung machine?
Yung para pong basurahan na solar powered po.
Yan. O di ka ganun din ang magiging storyline ninyo. No, may problema ka, gagawa ka ng prototype, yun ang sagot doon sa yun ang sagot doon sa problema or yung solusyon sa problema. O, Ashley, kung ikaw ang tatanungin ko, Ashley, ano yung problem na gusto mong i-address sa iyong study? Ha? Kung pinagsasalita, bakit hindi kita mapakinig? Edsel, kung ikaw ang tatanungin ko, ano yung problem na ina-address mo sa iyong study?
Sa aming study po ay yung waste, yung excessive waste po ng used cooking oil.
Yan. Ano ang solusyon mo?
Ang solution po namin is gumawa po ng machine na kaya pong mag-filter at deodorize nung waste cooking oil po para maging raw material po siya for biodiesel production.
Yan. So, yun ang gagawan mo ng script. Okay? Yan ang gagawan mo ng video. I-highlight mo yung problem, i-highlight mo yung solution. Gets? So, yan yung kailangan natin during the oral defense, sa proposal defense. Ito yung video na 5-minute video pitch. Ibig sabihin, first part ng iyong proposal defense, ipapakita mo muna. No? Manunood muna ang panel ng iyong video. So, syempre, doon sa video, naruroon kayo. Kayo yung nagnanarrate ng problem. Diba? Kaya may theme composition. Lahat ay magsasalita. Kayo ay nakakapanood ng Rated K. Kay Corina Sanchez.
Yes po.
Ayan. Parang ganun yung may script muna bago ipakikita mo. So, dapat kayo ganun. No? Maganda yung pakapag-present, pakapaglatag noong iyong story, at pakapaglatag ng iyong evidences. Okay? So, pag pinanood yun ng panel, dapat ay ma-convince mo agad. Doon pa lang sa video, nako-convince mo na ang panel that there is really a need, no, to develop that kind of machine. Okay? Anong bago dun sa machine mo? I-describe mo. Ano yung sustainability approaches mong gagawin? Hindi lang basta ma-describe yung machine. mag-focus kayo dun sa sustainability approaches ninyo. Paano ka nagiging sustainable at anong ina-address niyang sustainability? No? Kasi naka-align niya sa UN Sustainable Development Agenda yung inyong discussion. Okay? So, dalawa muna. Maggagawa ka muna ng video. And then after that, kapag ka nagawa ka na ng video, napanood na yun ang amin, magpuproceed na tayo sa second part. Yan na yung inyong mismong presentation ng inyong chapter by chapter. So, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay? So, gagawa kayo ng PowerPoint. Although I will be discussing all the the requirements during proposal defense. Okay? So, marami ditong sample pa. No? Marami pang sample dito, no, na pwede ninyong tingnan para maging guide ninyo sa paggagawa ng video. Okay? Hindi lang basta nakagawa ng video ha, hindi lang ang makikita ko picture ninyo. Yan. Nakikita ninyo? Wait lang. I-re-share ko.
Song deserves more.
Example. Another example video.
Of our plastic waste, including disposable plastic bottles, ends up in landfills or possibly the oceans. You think we should be proud of the 25% recycled, but there's a catch. The Science Advances study shows that only about 6% of all plastic has been recycled in the last 70 years. Unfortunately, we've a long way to go before getting on top of plastic recycling. Since the turn of the century, many firms have experimented and brought to market a variety of products made from recycled plastics. Disposable plastic bottles are now turned into shoes, building materials, and the list goes on. However, all of these recycled products reconstitute plastic using a mechanical process. By either downcycling, turning water bottles into garden furniture or astroturf, where mechanical integrity or optical clarity isn't an issue, or by upscaling, plastic bottles become bird feeders, Christmas trees, or children's toys. The goal now is to return plastic to its constituent parts so it can either be burned more efficiently or reused as a constituent for new plastic products. The concept of converting plastic back into crude oil isn't new. There are continuing efforts to develop commercial processes involving the breaking down of plastic bottles and other waste into their essential components using a method called pyrolysis. In pyrolysis, intense heat of up to 900 degrees centigrade is applied to plastic waste in an oxygen-deprived environment, with various reactors breaking down the plastic molecules. The results from the process are oil and gas. In the early 2000s, a series of Japanese firms began building plastic to oil conversion plants to apply the technology in the real world. However, these plants were forced to close due to fires, industrial accidents, and economic problems. Other countries have been working on building pyrolysis plants that are large enough to be commercially viable. In contrast, one Japanese company is using groundbreaking technology to convert waste into what they call virgin oil to be reused as fuel or for new plastics production. Environment Energy aspires to commercialize a method called HiCop, with its first commercial plant due to come on stream in 2025. It is the first commercially available waste plastic oil converter that uses a catalytic cracking method. And the company has partnered with a Japanese petroleum company to refine the crude oil produced using HiCop. The aim is to convert 20,000 tons of plastic waste into crude oil annually. The CEO of Environment Energy, Suji Noda, says a core purpose of this technology is to create a circular economy in which waste becomes the source of new materials. The method was developed and patented by Professor Kaoru Fujimoto of the University of Tokyo and Professor Xiaohong Li from the University of Kitakyushu. It uses catalysts already employed in petroleum refining to distill heavy crude oil molecules into lighter molecules, such as gasoline. As we've all
So, ganyan dapat ang makikita ko sa inyong video. So, lahat ng claims na sinasabi ninyo dun sa inyong script, dapat ay meron akong nakikita na video, pictures, so better kung talagang makikita ninyo na at masasimulate natin exactly dito sa video ninyo. Okay? So, hindi lang basta nakapag-narrate. No? Hindi lang basta nakapag-kwento. Okay? So, minimal dapat yung pagsasalita ninyo doon, yung mukha ninyo doon, ang pinakikita mostly ay yung problem at ano yung solution. Okay? So, dapat ay maganda ang pakapag-prepare ng video. Okay? So, kailangan yan bago mag-defense. Mai-submit at makikita ko at ma-check ko kung ano ang laman ng video. Mamaya kung anong laman doon ng video ninyo. So, maximum is 5 minutes lang. Okay? 5 minutes lang. Okay? Naintindihan baga kung ano ang gagawin. So, you will prepare your chapter 3 now. Okay? Kailangan ma-submit ninyo sa akin yung buong chapters 1 to 3. Okay? Kompletong manuscript na, including all the preliminaries. Okay? Bago isubmit sa advisor. Okay? So, checkan ko muna. Kayo baga ay nagko-consult sa advisor. Okay? While you are preparing your chapters 1 and 2. So, chapter 3, that should be the last chapter that you are going to prepare as part of your research proposal. Then, you are going to prepare the 5-minute video, okay, as part of your proposal defense requirements. Okay? May question ba doon? May question na iintindihan. Naiintindihan yung gagawin.
Yes po.
So, dapat ay kayo ay kumilos na kasi nasa week 8 na tayo. Week 9, exam. Week 10, submission na. Week 11, start. So, take note, yung schedule natin, pag Wednesday ay 1 to 2:30. So, dapat may magdi-defense. Isang grupo. Then, pagka tayo ay Thursday, anong oras natin? 2:30 to 4. Okay? So, yan ay meron ding another schedule tayo. So, ang schedule lang ng ating defense ay during our class schedule, class hours natin. Hindi mag-i-schedule on other time slot kasi meron ding ibang section na magdi-defense. Okay? So, Wednesday, Thursday, ang ating schedule. Thank you. So, yung mga may question, pwede itanong ngayon. Yung mga hindi pa nakakapagpapirma sa advisor, hindi pa nakakapagpakita sa advisor. Edsel, sino yung advisor?
Kayo po, sir.
Sure ka?
Yes po.
Ikaw, Miguel, nasaan ang inyong sinong advisor nyo?
Si Sir Kim po.
Ha? Kaya
Si Sir
dapat,
Kim, guys.
kailangan ma-highlight, pwedeng mabago yung inyong mga title, ma-highlight yung sustainability. No, by the way, yung mga topics na isinabit ninyo sa akin, ibinigay ko sa department kasi yung Aboitiz Power is looking for a research project for funding. So pagka napili yung inyong topic, they will provide you financial assistance to pursue your research project. Alin ninyo, kayo ang mapili o ID kayo ay makakakuha sa kanila ng budget para sa inyong gagastusin sa research. Diba ga? So dapat ay anuhin ninyo, galingan ninyo. So yung mga topic ninyo na hindi pa clear kung ano yung sustainability approaches ay dapat ay makita natin diyan. No? Yun yung magiging bagong ingredient ng inyong study. No, maaring nagawa na in the past, pero ngayon i-highlight ninyo yung sustainability approaches. Gets? Yan. So, hindi mo na gagawin yung sa research poster, pero pwede na rin kayo mag-layout, hindi pa pwedeng magpa-print. Kung pag na-approve pa, saka pa yun i-print. Pag na-approve ng panel ang inyong after proposal defense, saka pa kayo mag-print ng inyong poster. Baka mamaya naka-print na, disapprove naman. Sayang ang gastos. No, mahal din ang pagpapaprint yata ng ganun. Okay? So, mag-focus muna kayo sa paggagawa ng inyong mga video chapters 1 to 3. Okay? So, i-discuss ko next meeting lahat ng yung guidelines natin for oral defense para hindi ninyo makalimutan. Okay? At yung mga eksaktong gagawin. Okay. So, you continue doing your paper.